Hello friends, welcome to Global Online. Friends, in this video we are going to discuss some important MCQs on on econometrics for your upcoming Maharashtra set 2022 in economics. And friends, if you are preparing for Maharashtra set in economics, so this video is very helpful for you. So in this video we are going to discuss some important MCQs on econometrics. So friends, before moving to the question, and if you are here, we have crash course in economics for your MS set 2022. So if you are preparing for Maharashtra set in economics for the year 2022, here in economics we are providing you complete theory lectures on all the units. We are providing complete MCQs lectures. Entire syllabus mock tests are available with solution PDF. So after attending the test, you will also receive the solution PDF. Notes are available on all the units. We are also providing practice MCQ set. So this crash course is available only at rupees 7,000. If you want to join, you can contact this number. You can also download our global online app from Play Store. Then you can search MS set economics. Then you will get the material. So friends, let us move to the questions here. Here the first question is, a sure way of removing multi-collinearity from the model is to option A, work with panel data, option B, drop variables that cause multi-collinearity in the first place, option C, transform the variables by first differencing them, option D, obtaining additional sample data. Yes, the way of removing multi-collinearity from the model is, so to remove the multi-collinearity from the model, we are going to drop the variables that cause the multi-collinearity in the first place. So the variables which are causing for multi-collinearity, we are going to remove those variables. So here the next question is, the coefficient of determination, that is R square, shows option A, proportion of the variation in the dependent variable y is explained by the independent variable x, option B, proportion of the variation in the dependent variable x is explained by the independent variable y, option C, proportion of the variation in ui is explained by the independent variable x, option D, both A and C. So what do you mean by coefficient of determination? And it is denoted by R square. So here option A is the correct answer. Coefficient of determination shows the proportion of the variation in the dependent variable y is explained by the independent variable x. So option A is the correct answer. So the coefficient of determination, it is denoted as R square, and it is the proportion of the variance in the dependent variable that is predicted from the independent variable. So here option A is correct answer. And here it indicates the level of variation in the given data set. So coefficient of determination, it is going to indicate the level of variation in the given data set. And here the coefficient of variation is the square of the correlation, that is R. Thus it ranges from 0 to 1. So the next question is, formula of coefficient determination is option A, 1 plus RSS divided by TSS, option B, 1 minus RSS divided by ESS, option C, 1 minus RSS divided by TSS, option D, 1 into RSS divided by TSS. So here the formula of coefficient determination is option C, 1 minus RSS divided by TSS. So in statistics, the coefficient of determination, it is denoted by the R square, and it is pronounced as R squared. So it is the proportion of the variation in the dependent variable that is predictable from the independent variable. So the formula is R square is equal to 1 minus RSS divided by TSS. So the next question is, consider a large population with a mean of 160 and a standard deviation of 25. A random sample of size is 64 is taken from the population. What is the standard deviation of the sample mean? Here the right answer is option D, 5.625. And friends, in the next video we will solve some problems on econometrics. So in the next lecture I will solve this problem. So now just I am giving you answer, you can solve it. So in the next video again I will solve this problem. So let us move to the next question. In the case of multi-collinearity, which test will be insignificant? Option A F test, option B T test, option C both A and B, option D both are significant. So in the case of multicollinearity, which test will be insignificant? So here the right answer is option B T test. So multicollinearity means it occurs when independent variables in a regression model are correlated. So when independent variables are correlating, so then multicollinearity will occur. And this correlation is a problem because independent variables should be independent. And if the degree of correlation between variables is high enough, it can cause problems when you fit the model and interpret the results. So this is about multicollinearity. So question number 7, when there are both qualitative and quantitative variables are there in the model. Option A ANOVA, option B ANCOVA, option C chi-square, option D all of the above. So when there are both qualitative and quantitative variable are there in the model, then it is known as the ANCOVA. So option B ANCOVA is the right answer. So ANCOVA means the full form is analysis of covariance. So ANCOVA, it is a general linear model which blends ANOVA and regression. Yes, please remember it. So ANCOVA is going to combine both ANOVA and regression. So ANCOVA evaluates whether the means of a dependent variable are equal across the level of categorical independent variable. So please remember it. ANCOVA is going to evaluate whether the independent variable are equal across the level of the independent variable. Question number 8. All are the types of specification errors except option A omission of relevant variable, option B inclusion of unnecessary variable, option C errors of measurement, option D over identified. So all are the types of specification errors except over identified. So option D is correct here. Question number 9. White test is used for the detection of option A multicollinearity, option B heteroscedasticity, option C autocorrelation, option D none of the above. White test is used for the detection of. So here the right answer is option B heteroscedasticity. Yes, white test is used to test the heteroscedasticity. So option B is correct. Yes, in statistics, white test, it is a statistical test that establishes whether the variance of the errors in a regression model is constant, that is for homoscedasticity. And this test and an estimator for heteroscedasticity consistent standard errors, and this was proposed by Albert White in the year of 1980. Question number 10. Individual respondents, focus groups and panel of respondents are categorized as option A primary data sources, option B secondary data sources, option C itemized data sources, option D pointed data sources. So individual respondents, when you are going and meeting the people and asking the information, and focus groups, panel of respondents, these are categorized as primary data source, because researcher is going to meet the people and is collecting the data. So primary data means it is a type of data that is collected by the researcher directly from the sources through interview method, through survey method or experiment method. So primary data are usually collected from the source where the data originally originate, and the primary data are regarded as the best kind of data in research because these data are original in character. So question number 11. The scale applied in statistics which imparts a difference of magnitude and proportions is considered as option A exponential scale, option B goodness scale, option C ratio scale, option D satisfactory scale. The scale applied in statistics which imparts a difference of magnitude and proportions is considered as. So here the right answer is option C ratio scale is the correct answer. So ratio scale, it is a quantitative scale where there is a true zero and equal intervals between neighboring points. So a ratio scale, it is a quantitative scale and where there is a true zero and equal intervals between the neighboring points. Question number 12. Homogeneity of 3 or more population correlation coefficient can be tested by. Homogeneity of 3 or more population correlation coefficients can be tested by option A F test, option B T test, option C Z test, option D chi-square test. Yes, here the right answer is option D, chi-square test is the right answer. So the use of chi-square test for homogeneity to determine whether observed sample frequencies differ significantly from the expected frequencies specified in the null hypothesis. Question number 13. The successive trials are with replacement in option A hypergeometric distribution, option B binomial distribution, option C geometric distribution, option D none of these. So the successive trials are with the replacement in. Here the right answer is option B binomial distribution. So binomial distribution, it summarizes the number of trials or observations when each trial has the same probability of attaining one particular value. The binomial distribution determines the probability of observing a specified number of successful outcomes in a specified number of trials. Question number 14. Probability of occurrence of an event lies between option A -1 and 0, option B -1 and +1, option C 1 and 0, option D 100 and -100. So the probability of occurrence of an event lies between option C 1 and 0 is the correct answer. Yes, the probability of an event will not be less than 0 because 0 is impossible, because there is sure that something is going to happen. So there is no, because probability of an event will not be 0, will not be less than 0 because there is something is going to happen, and the probability of an event will not be more than 1 also because 1 is certain that something will happen. Question number 15. A discrete probability distribution may be represented by option A graph, option B table, option C mathematical equation, option D all of these. A discrete probability distribution may be represented by all of these. We can represent by graph, by using a table, or by mathematical equation. So option D all of these is correct answer. Question number 16. Which one is equal to explained variation divided by the total variation? Option A sum of squares due to regression, option B coefficient of determination, option C standard error of estimate, option D coefficient of correlation. So explained variation divided by the total variation, that is coefficient of determination. So option B is correct here. So the coefficient of determination, it is a measurement used to explain how much variability of one factor can be caused by its relationship to another related factor. So this correlation is known as the goodness of fate, and it is represented as the value between 0 and 1. Question number 17. Which of the following is the correct formula for total variation? Option A total variation is equal to residual variation minus regression variation. Option B total variation is equal to residual variation plus regression variation. Option C total variation is equal to residual variation multiplied by regression variation. Option D all of the above mentioned. So here the right answer is option B total variation is equal to residual variation plus regression variation. Question number 18. Dash is an incredibly powerful tool for analyzing data. Option A linear regression, option B logistic regression, option C gradient descent, option D greedy algorithms. Yes, here the right answer is option A linear regression. So linear regression, it is a tool for analyzing the data. So linear regression, it is a powerful tool for analyzing the data. We will focus on finding one of the simplest type of relationship here, that is linear, and this process is called linear regression. Question number 19. Predicting y for a value of x that's outside the range of values we actually saw for the x in the original data is called. Option A, regression. Option B, extrapolation. Option D, interpolation. Option D, polation. Yes, here the right answer is option B, extrapolation is correct answer. So extrapolation refers to estimating an unknown value based on extending a known sequence of values. Extrapolate is to infer something not explicitly stated from the existing information. Yes, last question is, the square of the correlation coefficient R square will always be positive and is called. Option A, regression. Option B, coefficient determination. Option C, KNN. Option D, algorithm. Yes, the square of the correlation coefficient, that is R square, will always be positive and it is also called coefficient determination. So option B is correct here. Yes, the square of the correlation coefficient R square will always be positive and it is also called coefficient of determination. Okay friends, this is about our today's session, and if you are preparing for Maharashtra set in economics for the year 2022, here for Maharashtra set in economics we are providing theory lectures on all the units, we are providing MCQ lectures, we are providing mock test, 20 plus mock test with solution PDF, notes are available on all the units. Practice MCQ set is available only at rupees 7,000. If you want to join, you can contact this number. You can also download global online app from the Play Store. Yes, I wish all the best to all. Thank you.